it's Amy Rich with amyrich.net. I am here today to share with you another fun fold card. I love fun folds. You probably know that about me by now. And I am sincerely in love with the way this card turned out. And it's a spanner card. I'm going to show you it first in just a second. But I want to show you also the product that I am featuring here in this video. I've got the PETAL Park bundle, which includes the stamp set and the PETAL Park Builder Punch, kind of a mouthful, and then the Sentimental Park stamp set, which also coordinates with some dies and comes in a bundle with those dies. But I'm going to bring in my catalog now. This is the January to April 2023 mini catalog on page 31. It shows you the entire Regency Park Suite, which is where these bundles come from. It also contains some really pretty textured paper, and then an embossing folder, the cane weave, some beautiful ribbon we're going to use, also the adhesive backed Milky dots, and the designer series paper, which is absolutely gorgeous. It has been a favorite of many so far in this new mini catalog. So I'm going to feature some of those items and papers and things from the suite in my spanner card. So let me bring that in so you can see what it looks like. It is beautiful. It is fun. A fun fold, one might say. And I'm going to show you how easy it really is to make that. So we'll start with the Night of Navy card base, which measures 5.5 by 8.5. And I'm going to bring in my trimmer and put in my cardstock at 1 1/4 inches. And then I'm going to cut up just to the score line. So right up to there. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'll use the left side of the cutting groove this time. And the same thing, 1 1/4 and up to my score line. So now we've got the mechanism per se that we can use for our spanner card. So it's got an interesting feel because it opens twice, right? So it makes it a little bit unique and different from some of the other cards that we typically make. So let's start by decorating up the inside a little bit. I'm going to grab just a piece of grid paper, obviously used before. And my triple stamp, I'm going to use this one right here, the outlines. This is a well-used, well-loved stamp set. I've been using it quite often lately. I just did a presentation for an event called Super Stamping Sunday on Super Bowl Sunday, and that was super fun. Get it? And I think that those who took that add-on part of Super Stamping Sunday really enjoyed it. So we've got the outline, and then I'm just going to grab some Night of Navy ink, and I'm going to stamp that. Let me get everything out of my way here. I've got quite the pile up here started already. And I'm just going to stamp this at the bottom, and that just is a little decoration for the inside of my card. And then I will bring my card in, and I think I can get rid of that. And we're going to start by decorating the inside. So we're going to start with 2 pieces of the designer series paper. And I want to bring in my whole sampler just for a second so you can see all of the beautiful colors and designs in this paper. The colors are shown at the bottom, so a lot of different pretty colors. They make me happy, and I love the blues together. The Night of Navy and Balmy Blue has been a popular color combination in recent designer series papers. So we're going to add these 2, and actually this is the same design as the cane weave embossing folder in this suite. It's the same design, just transferred over onto some designer series paper. So I love the coordination Stampin' Up. They do such a good job of that. And it makes it look so effortless to create a coordinating card. Then we're going to add this piece. This is where we would write our little message or stamp an inside verse, either way. So we're working our way from the inside out and starting just like this. Now we're going to close our flaps down and we're going to start decorating the outside. Let me just give that a nice crease again with my bone folder. It still wants to pop up. But I've chosen two more pieces, or one more piece of the designer series paper that we're going to use on the outsides of those flaps. So these are cut 1 inch by 4 inches, same as the inside. And we'll just add those to the sides. Come on, adhesive, work with me. I think sometimes it balks at the cold basement because it is a little chilly down here. And I always say it's kind of weird because in Minnesota, it's typically cold in the winter. Well, recently it's been kind of warm and it's actually raining right now. And when that happens, then the thermostat or the furnace doesn't run as often. So then the basement actually suffers the consequences of that and is a little cold. So I think my adhesive is having a little trouble keeping up with the chilly weather down here. But now I've added another piece of the designer series paper that is cut 2 3/4 by 4, and that covers all of the front pieces of this card. Now I'm going to bring in a little piece of balmy blue, which is 1 by 3, I believe is the measurement of this one. And then notice that the Sentimental Park stamp set is actually the stamp set between the two that has our sentiments on it. So I grabbed the thanks and I'm just going to really simply, with my Night of Navy ink, just going to go over here on the left-hand side with my thanks. And then we're going to add that to the front of the card. So we'll just add some adhesive and pick a spot, maybe about 3/4 of an inch from the bottom edge. We're going to put that across that center section, making sure it looks good and it moves well. All right. So now here's the secret and kind of the fun part of this card. And that is a piece of window sheet that measures 1 by 4 or 4 by 1 if you want to do the length and then the height. But I'm just going to put adhesive on both ends. And then I am going to lay it over the top. Oh, you know what I did? Learn from my mistakes. I forgot. I need to tuck this under the DSP, Amy. All right, so we'll put that over. I'm like, wait, I did something wrong. For me, it's easily fixed. For you, I will put a warning on screen. So you probably saw that warning as I went, wait, don't do that. So it goes under the DSP so that we can hide it. And now when I open this up, I've got that spanner that runs across the two arms on either side, and then the opening here as well. Isn't that cute? Now we're just going to finish it off with some flowers. So I'm going to grab that outline stamp again, and this time I want to pay careful attention to how it cuts it out. So when I flip it over, that's how I'm going to use it when I punch it out. And I've got my big flower on the right, and the 4-petal flower on the left, and the 5-petal flower on top. So that's kind of the way I want to position it off the edge of my white cardstock. And that's because I want to make sure I don't have to trim a section in order to get in with my punch. And then we'll grab our balmy blue ink, and we're going to bring in the filler to the flowers, which is right here. So I'll grab that, and it doesn't really matter now. I'll just have to turn the block in order to get it to fit in here, but you can look and see how that's positioned for this one also, if it feels funny to you to hold the block anything but straight. All right, so we're gonna just eyeball this. You could certainly use your Stamp-A-Ma-Jig, which would be really awesome. I have done a Stamp-A-Ma-Jig. Stamp-A-Ma-Jig. Oh my gosh. My Stamparatus. Where is my Stamp-A-Ma-Jig? I think I sold that years ago. Look at how pretty that is. My Stamparatus, good grief. I actually did a 7-part series on the Stamparatus over on Facebook, and I will be sharing those videos here on YouTube in the next several weeks. So I'm excited about that, to share those here as well. Now I'm going to reach in, and look how easy that was, because I remembered, or I checked how to stamp this so it'd be easy to reach. And now I'm just going to center it as best I can, pop those flowers out, and now we're going to decorate with those flowers. So I will start with the big flower, and those of you who know me know I really like dimension. So I am going to just curl those up a little bit with my fingers, all 3 flowers, and not a ton. Some of them I've really curled when I work with this stamp set and punch. This one I just did a little bit. And I'm going to start with a mini glue dot on the big flower. Let me get these all situated here. And I want that glue dot as close to the center as possible. And then I'm going to add that up here. Now I want to make sure my glue dot is on the window sheet. Okay, so that it doesn't hang over and then end up sealing the spanner part of the card to the card itself. And then we're going to pop up these flowers with some Stampin' Dimensionals. So I will grab an end, an edge for this little guy, and I'll grab a regular one for that guy, and then we'll adhere those down as well. So I'm going to grab, if my fingers will allow, it's the coldness down here, I promise. And then I'm going to add this one up here and put this one down here. And look at how cute. Look at how cute and simple. And the last, well, two more things that I'm going to do. The first one is I'm going to grab that yummy ribbon that coordinates with all of this product in the Regency Park Suite. And it is a Night of Navy bordered ribbon. The width is 3/8 of an inch. And I'm just going to make a loop, put the end through just to tie a quick little knot. And then I will trim those down and bring back the glue dots. I'm going to add this over here to the side, and I can just kind of tuck that under just like this. And then the very last thing I want to do is bring in the other accessory found in this suite, and that would be the adhesive backed Milky dots. And I'm just going to take the clear ones here, the white ones, and I'm just going to put a little one in the center of this front and center flower here. But I am going to use a couple more. So I'm going to grab this one. I should really grab my take your pick tool, it'll be a lot easier. And I'm going to put that there. And then this one, put that here. And look at how sweet this card is. This is a spanner card. Not as hard as it looks, I hope, for you. And the secret is this little clear panel here. Now, there are other ways you can make a spanner card, but I really like the option with the clear spanner as opposed to like another designer series paper or cardstock spanner. You can do it either way, but I really like the clear window. Thank you for watching. I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube page. So click subscribe and then make sure to get notified when I come with new video tutorials. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you again soon.